Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. As you guys know, we've been discussing how to create an online web application from scratch. So today our task is to program the product updating process. So in the previous videos, we discussed how to design the product registration page and program the product registration process. So today we are going to discuss how to program the product updating process. So right now I am in the seller dashboard.php. I have logged in from a seller account. You can see over here. If we go below, we can see our skills over here. So there are 4 skills of the seller Sahan Pereira. So let me edit the first skill over here, which is test. Let me give edit. So now we go to the product edit.php file with the product ID, which is 9. So now our details are over here. So before updating, let me check whether the validations are done correctly. So I'll remove all the enter details, product title, description, finance. Let me make the price 0. So now if I click on update product without giving any details, I get an alert saying product title is required. So for the product title, I'll give product X, for example. If I click on product update product button, we get another alert saying product description is required. For the description, let me give checking whether our product updating process works perfectly. Now let me click on update product. We get another alert saying please select a category. So the category, let me give education. Now let me click on update product. Price must be greater than 0. So for the price, let me give 10,000. Update product, please select a level. For the level, let me give intermediate and click on update product. We get another alert saying please select a status. So for the status, let me give active. So before updating our product, let's check our database table over here. So this is our product which we are going to update. So take a look at it. We have the category as finance. It should become education, and the title should change to product X, and the description should change. The price should be 30,000. And if we change the image, the link should be URL of the image should change. So right now the level is advanced, it should be intermediate, and status should be active. Let's update our product and check whether the changes happen successfully. So for the image, let me give a sample image. So I'm going to give this image for our product. This is the new image. So the old image will be replaced by the new image. Let me give on update product. So we get a alert saying success, your product has been registered successfully, and it reloads the edit product. So now we have the level intermediate, active, category education, price 30,000, and our new product image. So now let's check our database table. Now if I refresh it, you can see the category becomes education, title changes to product X, and description checking whether our product updating process works perfectly, and our price becomes 30,000. So here we get a WebP file instead of a JPG, which changed while updating. So as you can see, the time has been updated. So today is 23rd March. So it's 3:25. So here you can check it. Now the level has become intermediate and status have become active. So that confirms our product updating process works perfectly. Let's take a look at the code. How have we done that? So this is our product edit.php file. First I have checked whether a session is started. If not, start a session. And then I have required the connection.php file. And over here I have checked whether the remember me token exists or not. If a user is not logged in or the value of the session logged in is not true, then I have said to require the authcheck.php file. And below that I have created a variable called $logged and check whether anything is set to the session logged in. If so, get that value as the value of the variable $logged in. If not, then I have set to take the value as false as the value of the $logged in variable. Same way I have created the user role variable and check whether is anything set to the active account type session. If yes, I have set to take that value as the value. If not, I have set to take the value of the variable called $user role as an empty string. So next I have created another variable called user ID and check whether anything is set to the session user ID. If set, take that value as the value of the variable user ID. If not, take the value as an empty string. Next I have checked whether if the value is not true for the logged in variable. If it is false, then I have set to change the location of the page to index.php. So the user has to sign in before updating any product. Next, I have checked whether the user is a seller. If not, I have set to redirect the page to the home.php. Next, I have created another variable called product ID and got the ID of the relevant product. So I have checked whether is anything set to the ID of which we receive from the $_get method. If an integer is set to it, I have set to take that as the product ID value. If not, take 0. So next I have given an if condition and check whether the product ID value is less than or equal to 0. If it is less than or equal to 0, I have set to change the location to seller-dashboard.php. So from here we have confirmed that the user is gonna update the product which he already listed, not listed by other users. Next I have given a search query and selected all the items from the product table where the ID is the ID we get from the user and the seller ID. So the result which we get from the search query is taken as the value to the $product result, and I have given this condition and check whether if we did not get a result from the above search query or the numbers which we got from the result is 0, then I have set to change the location to seller-dashboard.php. After that, I have created a variable called $product and fetch as hooked the product result. I have assigned the result to an associative array. Next over here, I have fetched the categories from the database. So I have given search query and got the ID and name from the category table and created an empty array over here called $categories. We get a result from the search query and the numbers are more than 0. Then I have set to enter the while loop and individually assign each record to the $category table. Next, for the success message, if we get success message, I said take that value as the value of the success message. If we did not get any, then I said to keep it as an empty string as the value for success message. Same thing for the error message. Next, I have required the header.php file, and here's the design over here. This is the main div, header, success error messages. If the success message is not empty, then I have said to display this div over here. And next, I have said to check whether if the error message is not empty, then I have said to display this div over here. Next, we have the form. This is the edit form, which contains product title, description. So for the product title, I have given the value as value of the product which the user is gonna edit. So for that, I have given an echo $product title. The description, same thing. The description is echoed over here as the value. Next, we have the category. For the category, I have said to keep the category of the product which we are gonna edit as the selected category. Price, same way. The price of the product in the database is coded in the input field. Next, the level, same way. I have set to keep the level which is selected earlier for the product. Status, same way. If active was selected earlier when registering the product, then show active. If an inactive was chosen as the status, then show inactive as the selected option. Next, we have the product image over here. So above the upload area, we have the current image over here, which the user entered while registering or while previously updating the product image. So that image is over here. So I have checked whether is the image URL of the $product array not empty. If not empty, I set to show this div over here. And for the src attribute, I have set to echo the product image URL. Next, we have the upload area to upload the new product image. So the image preview is used to show the image which we uploaded. Next, we have the error message division used for data validation and the submit button. So if we click on cancel, we are redirected to seller-dashboard.php. So next, we have the JavaScript area over here. We have taken the values of upload area, product image, image preview, preview image, remove image, product form, info message via document.getElement by ID and given them constant names over here. So these have been discussed in the previous videos where we for the upload area click, drag and drop functions, input, file input change functions. If you're not familiar with those, make sure to watch them. Next, we have the form submission over here. Here I have got the values of each elements: product title, description, category, price, level, status, image, and then some data validations over here. The product title is not included. I have to show the error product title is required. Likewise, up to the status, we have done some data validations. So over here, we have not validated the image because the user can choose to keep the same image. So if all data validations have done properly, then I have set to create a form called form data and append the above values and send them to the file called product update process.php through the post method. And I have created a result and check whether if the result is success. So if the result is success from the server side, then I set to reload the page. If it is not success, then I set to show the error, which the result contains the error. So this is done in the try section. So in the catch section, I have checked whether any error is shown while form submitting. If an error is occurred, then I set to. So let's go to our server side product update process.php. So this is our product update process.php server side. So here I have checked whether the session is started. If not, to start a session, and I have said the content type of this is text plain, and I have required the connection to PHP file. Then I have created as earlier the logged in and check whether session logged in, anything set to it. If set, take the value of it. If not, take the value as false. Same thing for the user role, active account type. Is anything set to the session, active account type. If set, take that value. If not, take the value as an empty string. Next, I have given an if condition over here and check whether a value is not set to the logged in variable or the value is false. Or I have set to check whether the user role is not seller. So then, if either one condition satisfy, I have set to echo unauthorized, and next I have created a variable called $user ID and check whether is anything set to the session user ID. If set, take that value. If not, take the value as an empty string. Next I have created an array called $data, and I have entered the ID, title, description, category, price, level, and space for it, which is submitted from the client side through post method. So likewise, below here I have created another query called validation and validated the items. So this is another approach to validate items. So here I have validated directly. I have checked whether the condition is that the length of the title is above 0 and the length is below 150 characters. If either one condition does not satisfy, I have set to give the message title required maximum 150 characters. Likewise for the description, if the description is 0 or above 1000 characters, then I have set to give the message description required max 1000 characters. Then for the category, if the category's value is above 0, then I have set to for the message select valid category. Same for the price must be greater than 0. The label also the same, the label should be selected and the status should be selected. So here if either one condition does not satisfy, I set to echo that condition's message. So next I have created another variable called cat check, which is category check. So I have searched the ID from the category table and check whether the ID passed from the client side matches the ID selected. If the above search query does not get a response or result, or the number is 0, then I set to echo invalid category. So same with the old product over here, I have given search query to get the image URL from the product table where the ID and the seller ID given by the seller. So if the above product or above search query result is we did not get a result from the above search query or the number is 0, then I set to echo product not found. Next I have created a variable called old img. So for the old product search query, I have inserted them to an associative array, and to the img URL I have taken the image URL of the old image array. Next I have created a variable called file path and given the value as null, and over here I have given an if condition and check whether is anything set to the $_files product image, and no errors occur, then I set to assign that value to the image variable called image. So here these are the allowed names: JPG, PNG, web, and GIF formats. So these are done in the previous videos, where we check the file size, create upload directory if not exist, generate unique file name for the file name, and we move the upload file. Next I have given try catch over here. So I have given an update query to update the product table and set the category ID, title, description, price, level, status, image URL where the user's ID match. Next I have given if else condition and check whether our update query works correctly. If so, I have given another if condition and check whether is there anything in our file path variable and our old image variable is not empty, and our old image variables arrays image URL is not equal to the image URL provided by the user. Then I set to enter if either one condition satisfy, I have set to enter the if condition and unlink the old path of the file. Next I have set to echo success. If we did not get a result for the above update query, then I have set to echo update failed in our if condition over here. So next in the catch section I have set to check whether we get any exception. If so, to echo error and the result error. So that's how we did our product update process programming. Hope you understood well. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video.